Hi Victor, thanks for joining me.
It's my pleasure.
Can you tell us what do you do for a living?
Engineer. I work in the engineering field for past more than 20 years.
Wow. And what type of engineers?
Hardware engineer, specifically about optical component, module, and equipment used for optical fiber communication.
Optical fiber communication, like internet connections and things like that?
Yeah.
Great. And what's your, are you just an engineer or what do you do, kind of your day-to-day, what's your responsibility?
Yeah, currently I lead a team and every day we need to come up our own idea to design some new product and to make the design work.
Oh, like research and development type?
Yeah, it's research and development.
Is it your own company or you're working for someone else?
Before I work for my own company, I start up my own company back in 2011. After 7 years, another company acquired my company, and after that, I came to the new company, working as a VP engineering, still leading the team to do the research and development.
Great. So it was your company and somebody came in and bought it. And did they buy it for the technology or what did they buy it for?
Yes, it's the main reason is the technology, the product and the market. And also they have interest to ask me to come over to lead the team for further research and development.
Are you happy that you sold the company or you regret it?
I'm happy, yeah.
Why are you happy?
I think this acquisition gave me more resources and manpower, and I can concentrate myself only in the R&D work. It's not like for my own company I need to take care for everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Was it hard being an entrepreneur yourself? What do you think?
Yes, that is very hard, especially at the very beginning.
I see.
But I think I have to see is that after you after the first step, normally you suffer, but the life becomes a little bit more and more better. Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So you obviously have to like what you do in order to do
Yeah.
it for so long.
Yeah.
And let's talk about how you got there. Let's start with your education. What did you major in college?
Yeah. I was born and grew up in China, and I'm lucky that I have a chance to go to the college. And the major is physics, optics, and electrical engineering. And after my graduation, I got another chance to study abroad.
Oh, okay.
And finally, I came to the U.S.
Oh, I see. To work here or to study in the U.S.?
I came to the U.S. Initially as a postdoc. I mean, I got my PhD from German university, and then I entered to the U.S. Working as a postdoc.
Wow. All right. And after you postdoc, I guess you started work as an engineer, or you started before your postdoc?
Yes, I think it's all about the timing. When I finished my postdoc program, it was .com booming, and there are a lot of opportunity in telecommunication field. And I remember I got a lot of offer, and then I entered the industry. Yeah.
Wow, wow, yeah. What was your first job? What was the position called?
The first job is R&D. Actually, it's R&D optical engineer. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Okay. And can you kind of talk about your career path? You know, from that first job to become an entrepreneur. You know, where did your kind of career take you from that starting point?
Yeah. Since from academic to industry, it's I think you need some time to get yourself used to the everyday work in a company. So as an engineer, you need to have a patient to repeat the everyday work to accumulate enough experience. And also in industry, for me, I initially worked as an optical engineer, and then I spent several years as a reliability engineer. It's all about reliability and quality, about the company's operating system. For all of this work gave me a lot of experience, confidence. After I accumulate enough experience, I feel that I need to more creative, to have my own idea, to realize my own idea. Yeah, that is why later I quit my job and start up my own company.
Wow. What do you think about the future of optical technology? Is it hard now? Is it going to be harder in the future? What's your view on that?
Yeah, since I think for the current world, communication is very important. For all this communication, so the telecommunication, the network is very important. For me, I feel the optical communication still have a bright future.
And you know, given that everybody has a smartphone now, and there's just people uploading data more and more, right? Images or videos. I would imagine that we need kind of better and better kind of equipment to communicate these data. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
That's true.
Yeah,
okay.
We need the transport rate need to be greatly improved. Yeah, to let everybody to have enough bandwidth to do the everyday work.
So if a student wants to get into this field, what should they major in college?
I think yeah, either physics, electrical engineering.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes mathematics is also very important. Of course, for all the industry, currently the software ability is very important. Yeah.
Software. Okay, programming is also important.
Programming. Yeah.
That's great. And do you happen to know if somebody start out as an electrical or junior electrical engineer here in the U.S., what kind of what would be the salary range for those people?
Oh, for the currently for the hardware engineer, if you get a degree, I think it's more or less about 100K range.
Okay.
Yeah, that of course, it's not as high as software engineer, since
Right.
currently there are several very big scale software company like Google, Facebook,
Right.
what else? Normally they have a very higher salary.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So even if you major in hardware, you should still learn the software part as well, right?
Yeah, if you know the hardware and software, that always be a plus for your career.
I see. I see. And what do you think about the future of technology? In general, you think it's a growing field or it's a dying field? Do you think, do you think there'll be more jobs, for people in technology?
Yes, I think currently it seems all the people talking about artificial intelligence.
Right.
And for the artificial intelligence, of course, you need the hardware.
Mm-hmm.
And besides the hardware, you need to come out all the software part.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to combine these two to make it work. So eventually, some physical labor probably will be replaced by the automation, by the artificial intelligence. But people need to do more work to make this automation, to make this artificial intelligent work.
Right, right. And I'm a parent, and if other parents like myself, who have young kids, and we want to introduce them to technology, either hardware or software, want to get them started early, how young can a kid start to learn about, hardware or programming? What do you think?
Yeah, for me, based on my experience, I think the student or pupil in middle school, high school, for them, I think they still need to learn the very basic things.
Mm-hmm.
And after they enter to the college, I think they can have their own selection, their own choice.
Mm-hmm.
Besides all the courses they have to learn. If they still have time, they still have some their own interest, they can start to do their own work to pay more attention to a specific like software, the programming, and or some specific hardware engineering.
So if somebody who's in school right now and they are motivated and inspired by this career path and they want to pursue what you did, what advice do you have for them?
Okay, I think I don't good at giving any advice, but based on my experience, I know when you study, probably you could not understand 100% of anything. Sometimes you feel frustrated, but a lot of stuff when you learn, when somebody teach you, actually you could not get it. You could not 100% understand it.
Right.
But for me, I don't afraid of that. I don't feel frustrated. Don't feel it's bored myself. Since based on my experience, after you are really into the industry, into the engineering work, after a while, eventually you can understand that when at that time when you look back, and then you seems there's the whole new world, and you understand more, and you get more. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we cover a lot. Thank you so much for your time, Victor.
Okay. Thank you.